Welcome to show 49 of the Cloth Diaper podcast. Today I am joined with Marie from Petite Crown to talk about her cloth diaper journey. Welcome back to the Cloth Diaper podcast. The Cloth Diaper podcast is a somewhat regular show dedicated to sharing stories about cloth diapering. I connect with brands and retailers and cloth diaper parents from around the world to share their cloth diaper experience. I believe that cloth diapering is not just one way, but a variety of different ways, and there's a lot of different ways and journeys and perspectives in that cloth diaper story, as you hear my creaky chair. My name is Bailey, and I am a mom of two. I live in northern British Columbia, and the date that this show airs is 2 years since my first cloth diaper podcast. I can't believe it's been 2 years. I can't believe I'm still here, and it's been such an honor to talk with you. I've had over 22,000 downloads in over 65 different countries around the world. The Cloth Diaper podcast has had 49 episodes now. This is episode 49. I didn't quite get it to 50 before 2, but you know what? That's fine. That's a lot of amazing shows. And I've released a book in that time as well. I have definitely done more than I ever thought I could imagine, and it is not without you. And so much thanks to all of you who share my content, who email me, who listen, who share this good cloth diaper gospel. Is that what I should call it? But I'm just so excited that there's so many people who are interested in talking about the fact that there are a variety of ways to cloth diaper. And every single one of you who shows up on the podcast or writes a guest post for my blog is another way that we can share with the world that cloth diapering is not this or that, but cloth diapering is a whole spectrum of beautiful experiences. And we can really kind of move forward with that. As always, you guys, the book. So I wrote a book, Cloth Diapers, The Ultimate Guide to Textiles, Washing, and More by Bailey Bowman. You can find it on Amazon.ca or Amazon.com or Amazon wherever. It is a Kindle-based book. At the moment, I'm working on figuring out how to get it printed and in your hands. I'm playing around with a few different suggestions, including looking at doing an online course and a black and white book. But who knows? If you guys have feedback or something that you would love to see me do, send me a message. I would love to help you out. If you're having a hard time buying the book, sometimes if you're on a Apple product and you go online through Safari, it won't let you do it. So try a different browser or thing. I'm not a huge Amazon fan, but there is a variety of good reasons to put it on Amazon. And so we are playing around with that, and we are learning and thriving and figuring it out. But thank you. And this was a huge ramble that I'm sure that nobody wanted to hear today before this great episode. So today I am joined by Marie. And Marie is a cloth diaper brand owner. She owns Petite Crown cloth diapers. I have talked with Marie in the past. We have been on the phone before about different issues, and I've learned a lot from her. Marie is an amazing woman with an amazing cloth diaper brand. Marie is open to so much growth, and she has really pivoted her business and has found some great ways to learn and grow and change it to be what is needed out there. Today's story is going to walk you through how she started her brand and what her brand is all about, as well as some great information about her brand's Buy One, Give One program. For more information, you can always find Cloth Diaper Podcast show notes at www.clothdiaperpodcast.com/show-notes. I am pretty sure this is show 49. But who knows what will happen. All right, here's the show. All right, so I'm super excited to have you on the phone, Marie, because last year you dropped early 2019, right?
Yes.
We hadn't really seen any new brands coming on the scene. It had mostly been new styles and the older brands just releasing new prints and stuff. So kind of exciting to have a fresh face on the cloth diaper scene, kind of, sort of. Where does your story begin? Where did that even come from? Where did you come from into this marketplace of cloth diapering?
Right. So Petite Crown officially launched last year, 2019 in January. But I've been prepping for the launch probably over a year before that. And
yeah, a lot of work goes into launching a brand, hey?
Yes. And my oldest, the baby that I cloth diapered for the first time, he's now 3.5. So I started cloth diapering as a parent 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
And then, how long now? So maybe about when he was 1, I started thinking about starting my own cloth diapering company.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly because I've always wanted to do something to help others. I wanted my work to be connected to helping others in need. And that started when I was maybe in high school, but I always thought my passion was in education or something that's related to children's literacy. And I did a lot of actual like official studying in school and volunteering work related to that. But then now that I'm a parent and I started cloth diapering, I learned about diaper need. I can talk more about that later.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, maybe, it doesn't have to be this big plan that I always dreamed about since high school. Like, need is everywhere. And I cloth diaper, and maybe this is somewhere I can help. And that's where the idea started.
And I like it. Your background in children's literacy. That's where you thought about starting.
Yeah, I mean,
that's always a crazy journey. People end up on things, right?
I know.
I may have gone to college initially with the idea that I'd be an elementary school teacher. So I kind of feel you there. But we've diverted and we've changed paths a few times.
Right. Yeah. It's not quite straightforward, but here I am. And I also, my first is boy, and I had a hard time. And some may argue, but I had a hard time finding prints that I really wanted to put on my boy in terms of prints. So I wanted to make diapers in prints that I liked. So that was bonus.
You might as well start somewhere, right? Start with the prints that you want.
Exactly.
I've heard that story before as well, that people will be like, nobody was making prints that I liked. So I thought, hey, right?
It's like you hear about all these parents collecting all the cute prints. And it's just like one step forward. I think I want more.
You want more? You build a whole brand of cloth diapers. So what's behind the name then? How did you choose your name? Does your name have a story?
Yes. So Petite Crown, it literally means, the little crown. But my first child's name's Charles. And he is about the bossiest child you'll find anywhere. And we would joke about, how he's a King Charles, like referring to the royal family. And a lot of small businesses owned by moms, they're named, after their children. I naturally wanted to do the same. And
so a little bit of a spin on that.
Make it, directly using his name. So I was like, oh, how about a small crown for my little king?
That works. So to celebrate 2 years of the Cloth Diaper podcast, I am interrupting today's show with a giveaway. So if you are interested in giveaways, visit www.clothdiaperpodcast/show-49, the show notes for today's show, and there will be a link. And there you can join my newsletter. And if you join my newsletter by July 24th, 2020, you will have a chance to enter to win a gift card. The full rules and rules and requirements are all over there on the show notes and the website. I've also been talking about it on Instagram and Facebook. If you need more info, send me an email, but that will be ending July 24th, 2020. Good chance you've missed it. And if you have missed it, then subscribe anyway so you find out about the next giveaway. So you're based in California, correct? You live in California, sunny California, which that's a trend. I have just talked to a lot of people from California this month.
Oh, really?
I feel like big part of the world. But your diapers are manufactured overseas in China,
yes,
and you have been very transparent about that process. What is your relationship there with your factory, and why is that transparency and conversation really important to you and maybe to us?
So all the diapers with water resistant like TPU layers made in China, and the others, like flats and pre-folds, are made in Pakistan.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you have recently released those new products.
Yes.
Here I am still thinking about just diapers. So you've got
Yes, but
2
they're
manufacturers now.
overall made overseas.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for the lack of trying to source in the US, though. I did a lot of sourcing work when trying to prepare for this business. So I did go to a lot of factories, but it's just not very easy for factories here to manufacture for small orders for smaller companies. And I've been just rejected straight up, saying that the cloth diapers are not profitable for them.
Yeah.
I've been through a lot of let's say places.
That's a common story for a lot of startups.
It's a struggle.
Yeah. The struggle to find anybody in the United States to manufacture diapers, or even Canada, I've heard, like, just finding those factories can be really, really hard unless you want to do it in-house yourself. And then that's an entirely other beast of a project.
It does cost a lot in investment, initial investment. And I'm not able to afford that yet.
Yeah,
especially if you're just starting out, it's a lot of risk to take on. With that said, if you're using products for your baby, the first thing you want to make sure is that they're safe. Yeah. And you also want to know that they're made ethically. So I go through all the steps. I hired a third-party auditing company to make sure that factory does follow all the steps to take care of their workers and maintain the clean environment. I haven't visited them personally in person. I was going to this year, but with the COVID, I don't know if that's going to happen.
Yeah, that's a whole change of the world, hey?
Yeah, but that's still in the plan in the future.
When we're safe and able to, I guess, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's important because it's important to me as a parent. I use them myself for my babies.
Yeah, it's good to know about those relationships, and that a reminder that there's people involved on the other side, and people's stories.
The relationship with them it's funny because I try to order a big bulk. I try to produce them in big bulk so that I don't have to always ship via air. It minimizes the carbon footprint, and so my actual order doesn't happen that often, but I'm always in contact with my counterpart almost daily, I should say. And we talk about our kids, we talk about, families. And when this COVID thing happened, especially when that happened, I would, check in on them. And then when the US started getting hit badly, they, not just this diapering company, but even the ones that I've contacted and didn't end up in contracts, they would contact me and then ask if I need extra masks. And they were just you see made in China on the label, but when I'm the one in contact, you see people behind products, and it's something that I never expected going into this business, to be able to grow personal friendship and relationship with them. So that's been a wonderful part.
Hearing you say that really resonates or really multiplies, because that's not the first time that I've heard that from a cloth diaper brand here on the show. A lot of cloth diaper brands who have factories overseas, China or Thailand or wherever, have said that those relationships that they build with those factories has been a surprise to them. They didn't expect that, and they love it. And as a consumer of goods, it's not something that I think about either, but it's just a great peopling and great relationship building that happens when brands go into business, and really humanizes that whole story. Hey,
it does. And also I love that they're just as passionate about cloth diapers. We just talk about how about we use this material, does it increase absorbency by whatever now. Like, it's such a geeky talk to, non-cloth parents, but we have so much fun just talking about, samples and like cloth things.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's really fun.
I mean, find your people, right? Thinking about that and about your products. So when you first launched, you had 4 products that you launched?
Yeah, 4.
4, a cover, two types of covers.
Yeah, I have
all
over 2, so let's say 5. Yeah.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5. So what was why did you decide to launch the products that you've launched? What goes into that? Is there anything special about the types of products that you've released? The textiles, like you don't use a lot of synthetics.
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of brands that I've liked some prints in, sometimes were offered in the style of diapers that I didn't personally use in my stash. And I always thought they, I wish they made this in whatever style. So I didn't want that to happen with my line of diapers. So I was trying to prepare some variety.
I gotcha.
So everyone could try, 1 or 2 things and maybe find something that worked for them. And I think it did. And I started getting more customers and then started hearing requests for different styles of diapers or, like sizes that would fit their bigger children. So I started adding things really purely based on requests. So
hey, well, that's if people are asking for it, then you're making it, right? Like if nobody's asking, why would you make it?
I mean, it's not just like, hey, you say 1 word and I'll make it happen. But if I hear enough, I can see that there's a need, and if that fits, So I'm happy that I've been able to do that. And I talk to Jennifer from All About Cloth Diapers often, and she always talks about, hey, like, we're here to grow the pie, not, take the slices.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly the mentality I have. I'm just happy to be an option, in the big or small community.
Well, and that's why we need options. And I mean, I guess to go on Jennifer's thing, right? Like if everybody liked strawberry pie, then we wouldn't have other options. But we don't all like strawberry pie. So we need so many options. So did you design your diapers yourself? Like, did you draw them? Like some people sketch and draw their own shapes and sizes, or were you a little hands off on that? Or
yes, I did. I don't know how many samples I went through. There were a lot of going back and forth on down to the length of inserts and thickness and everything, the GSM of fabric. Sometimes it depends on what the factory can source as well, but I did design everything. It's just
a big process, hey? And that's what I've heard.
Samples that just decided that we weren't going to work. But yeah, it was also a fun process.
A big process, but right? Yeah. Keeps you going every day. What is your favorite product in your entire collection? Like, what diaper do you like to use the most at home?
It's funny. With my son, who's now 3.5 and still pees, at night. So we put a diaper on him still, but he never had a sensitivity to wetness. So I've always liked really heavy duty fitteds, like Twinkie Tush fitteds were like my personal absolute favorite. And
it's interesting for you to say, said a woman who owns a company with no fitted diapers.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's partially because there are just so many amazing fitted diaper companies owned by work at home moms, and I don't feel the need to fill that
space. Is that where your catcher then, right? The catcher cover?
Yes. So I love that for my boy.
Okay.
I wanted a cover that worked for my favorite fitted diapers.
That's a nice, generous cover. Yeah. Yes. I think I have that one.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I like that. And with my daughter, who's now 11 months old, I've been loving pockets for nighttime. And the I never did that for my son. So it's just, it tells you again how every baby's different. There's no diapers.
My two were very similar to that too. Like my son was a super soaker. We used the Nuggles and the Sloom Fitteds overnight, and like my daughter, she could use an all-in-one overnight, no problem. Like, what is with that? Why?
And it comes from the same mom too.
Yeah, same mom, same kid. Like, crazy how they can be so different. So you found that you've had that shift in what kind of product you're using at home.
Yeah, so that's why I have the variety that I offer, and I mean it seems to be working for my customers as well. Like one would say, "Oh, I love this cover," and then the other would say, "Oh, it's such a hard cover to get a good fit with," and I love pockets. I love hearing that because I mean it's not meant to work for everyone,
Yeah, and then. Actually, now that I'm thinking about your story here a little bit, and I'm on your website and I'm looking at your diapers, and I think a lot of your first prints were still quite girly for also a woman who said she was looking for her son. So you think about Julia.
I have to confess, so it's, the cute boy prints that I really wanted or also very hard to find. So now it makes sense why those aren't widely available already.
Is it just because like the print is kind of hard to put on a diaper, like the sizing and the feel?
No, that's not really why. I think just like, and I don't mean to, put a gender on like prints in general, but it's purely a preference thing. And it's just my son who's into cars and airplanes and trucks, and that's just the standard boy prints that are available on the market. And when your kid wants those, you try to get those things, and I think that's why those are what's seen in the boy section, even in like clothing stores. So I'm trying to go a little like more like off mainstream in terms of quote quote boy prints. It's just like for girl thing is it's just so easy.
So right.
They're so cute type of prints. So, yes.
Yeah, I think I missed this release of Audrey. This is a gorgeous print. Yeah, I was gonna harass you about that more. I was just, as I was looking at your prints, and then I was like, "What did she first say?" And then it's not really the vibe I'm getting, but the aesthetic is there. Sure.
Yes, I have a girl now, and that's even harder.
Now you're like, why would I design any other print? Prints, you can put prints on I put florals all the time, and I think Carolee here, she's one of a brand ambassador for you guys who lives in Prince George, and she talks about that too. Put our florals on all of our kids, no matter their specific gender. It's all good. Pick what's
and it's really for the mom, right?
Yeah, it's my stash. They don't know. He's 2. He doesn't really care.
We do all the changes, and
I want him to look pretty. I want him to look his best. And I put clothes on anyways. Whatever. So we touched a little bit about diaper need earlier, and this is about your Fluff and Beyond program. That is a cornerstone of your business and brand. So what is Fluff and Beyond? And you've been doing this since day one, right?
Yes. So Fluff and Beyond is a program where I donate 1 cloth diaper per a product purchased through us. And yes, that was the beginning of this brand. That's the reason I wanted to start a cloth diapering company, because as I learned more, just as a parent who cloth diapered a child, I learned that, 1 in every 3 family in the US was having a hard time affording diapers. And it was just so shocking to me that that people were having to choose between, buying clean diapers for baby or just putting food on the table every week. And that's not right. I thought that needed to change. And Jake's Diaper is the organization that's exactly doing that, helping the families and trying to end diaper need.
And Jake's Diapers works both nationally and internationally, correct? Supporting
Yes.
families with diapers.
They work with orphanages internationally, and they also accept like applications from families locally in the US. And rather than, me starting my own nonprofit, I decided to work with Jake's Diapers because they already have a very well developed network of cloth diaper banks or diaper banks in general.
Mm-hmm.
And they are able to connect those families with the supplies. And I can be one to, provide the cloth diapers, so that they don't have to spend their own funds to purchase, diapers with at market price. So that's where the partnership comes from.
Yeah, there's definitely some parts of cloth diapering where partnerships are incredibly valuable and can make things go a little bit further. Hey, and that's one of them.
Yes, and I think by the time this show airs, I probably will have donated over 4,000 diapers.
Wow.
That's also been the hardest part of this business, though, because I never expected to grow the company so fast. And I mean, it's a good problem to have. I'm so thankful for all the support and love I've been receiving through this company. But also, it's very difficult to gauge you have to produce goods and be able to donate also at the same time. So that's been the hard part to build the inventory sufficient for the business and also the donation.
Like the challenge of gauging popularity or selling is I thought that was something that was easy, but the more I talk to you guys, brands around the world, it's been like such a complex part of the chaos of cloth diapering.
It's something I never expected.
A good problem to have, but a hard problem to have, especially in this changing world, right? Yeah, you never know where things will go. 4,000 diapers donated to Jake's Diapers over 2 years is a huge impact on families around the world.
Yes, and thank you to all the customers. It's really all thanks to them.
Yeah. That, and you have a great little rally behind you. People absolutely adore your brand and cheer you on regularly. I love watching your brand ambassadors share about your products. And
we have a community on Facebook, and they, all the parents share the little, cute fluff butt picture today. Yeah. And they are really what keeps me going daily. Yeah.
Well, and that was another question I had, was like, what keeps you going, and where do you want to go?
On my phone. What? Yeah, they're my little community, the Petite Crown family chat, is the group I have on Facebook, and it's the first thing I check in the morning. I just, those pictures make me really happy.
Yeah, people are excited about it. So do you have a dream about where you want to take Petite Crown in the next 5 years? What should we expect from you? Or are you taking it day by day?
So, next 5 years, that's interesting question. I think my ultimate goal is to end diaper need, or just, leave a big impact trying to end diaper need. Yeah. I think it's going to end, but we can try our best to get close to that.
That's awesome. To continue to contribute to diaper need you're not contributing to diaper need. That's the wrong word too. I know you're stumbling upon your sentence too, but trying to help find a way to end that. This week that I'm recording this podcast, we're doing the Flats and Hand Washing Challenge. So we've been talking about diaper need, and a lot of the participants this year took me up on one of my pre-challenge questions, which was to look into diaper need in in their region or their area. And some of the local stats that people who are living in underprivileged areas in the United States are bringing up are, worse than 1 in 3. Like almost everybody, or 1 in 2. A lot of participants this year reached out to their local diaper banks to see what the need actually was for diaper. And if they're living in a pretty low income area or an underprivileged area in the United States, diaper need is just astronomical. And it's really heartbreaking hearing those stories. It was really awesome to hear those stories in one way, to bring light to that conversation, but also just like, hopefully you can continue to do what you're doing and encourage people to cloth diaper and donate to donate to Jake's Diapers in the years to come. Yeah.
If there's any silver lining in this COVID situation, it's that so many people are looking for just more sustainable, reusable options, and not just in diapers, but daily basic supplies. Mm-hmm. And I've received so many inquiries from parents who don't currently use cloth diapers but are interested, and I've been able to turn them to using cloth diapers, and that's been one of the really great things in this crazy times. I think in addition to spreading awareness about diaper need, I also want to help, fight the stigma against cloth diapers, because I still get a backlash from family and friends, even
really
now.
They're like, I own a brand
diaper company, but people are just so I don't know, like very resistant against the idea of using something reusable that touches poop.
I think that just shows to the power of decades of marketing towards disposable products, and just
we're just conditioned to think poop goes in the garbage. And I want to help fight that.
It's a big journey, and there's a lot of stigma and a lot of really hard conversations we have to have with people on that. But it's definitely something that we're going to really need to do. And not just with diapering, like there's so many reusable products that face that exact same stigma that diapering has.
I've heard in your previous episodes just talking about how cloth diapering became like the catalyst, like they started the products, and because they started using cloth diapers. And I'm exactly the same way now. I don't buy paper towels, and I still do use toilet papers, but we've been finding other ways to live a more sustainable lifestyle, and that's also been a great benefit of using cloth. And like I can also help spread that idea through this company, I think.
All right, and all starts with little steps and starts with little people with dreams, right? Like that's kind of where it all begins. I had this question, and I wonder if we've already answered it, but is there anything that your business is doing in 2020 that really makes you proud?
Dude, those turning heads of non-cloth parents to cloth wearing is definitely something I'm proud of. Yes, I will continue to donate diapers, and that's been the mission of this company. So.
I kind of thought we had touched upon a lot of those things that I thought. I wrote that question down first, and then as we talked, I was like, I think we're answering all these things that make Petite Crown do amazing things. And so my last question that I've been asking to all of my guests in 2020 has been, what conversation do you think is missing or really needs to change right now in the cloth diaper community?
So when I was a parent, just cloth diapering my son, I wasn't very active on the social media scene. I never knew that there were so many, Facebook groups and all these forums that, you can talk to other cloth diapering moms about your experience, which I think is amazing. It's very helpful if you are just starting out, especially. But also, I've noticed a trend in, like, if you've been using cloth diapers for a long time, you start to develop strong preference on certain things, like, you know, how to wash your diapers or style is better or best. And I sometimes see, you know, new parents getting, you know, just shut down on their very innocent questions, or just, you know, their struggles. Like, they're just there, you know, here asking for help. And what I think what we should do, the first thing is, you know, to offer support, you know, hey, you got this.
Yes.
What worked for me, you know, I don't know if it'll work for you, but I'm here to help. Yeah, don't give up, you know. You can do this. I think that's what I want to see in, you know, the Petite Crown community and the overall cloth community. Yeah. But sometimes that's just not what happens. And this might not just be cloth diapering communities, but
no, parenting in general, I feel, gets that vibe. But yes.
You're, you know, what works for you might not work for others, as with everything. So if we can just, you know, always remember that before saying anything. You know,
there definitely could be a little bit more of an uprising of just like support for all of it, and not criticizing too much, and just being like, you're doing an amazing job. I definitely think we need to be saying that to parents more.
So you know, like I said, it's probably not just the cloth community, but can always work on, you know, reminding ourselves that, like, our experience might not, you know, be true for others.
Yes. Yeah. I think that's my language. And that's why I have been asking this question, and everybody's given me a little bit of a different answer, and definitely some really good reminders to be cautious about what we're saying out there, and to make sure that we are talking about our experiences.
Very encouraging. It's not, you know, kind of you put words in other people's mouth, you know.
And that's
open-ended, and I think that's what's great about cloth diapering. It's so, you know, flexible, customizable. Like, you're the only thing. So
yeah, and I definitely, like, for me to get to this place where I'm really wanting to encourage us to talk about our experiences, took a lot of personal growth, and took a lot of, like, mistakes and fumbling and my own judgments of people. But definitely, I would love to encourage people to not have to make those blunders.
Same for myself. I'm always learning. I'm realizing what I've said in the past might not have been true.
Right? Oh, but growth, personal growth, and learning and acknowledging those mistakes is one of the best things that we can do as people, right? To become better versions of ourselves. So definitely, and this week that I'm recording, like, this is going to come out in July, but I'm recording it this week on the Cloth Diaper podcast, on the Flats and Hand Washing Challenge, and we have seen so many of those conversations about the mistakes and being kind and supporting, and that's been my favorite thing about this challenge. That's wonderful. Like, people have been so rah of people, and I wish, I'm going to try to find a way that we can do that again throughout the year, like, to keep this, like, vibe going. I love it. So if people want to learn more about Petite Crown, where can we buy your diapers? Like, we can buy them direct, and where can we find you online? What are the answers to those questions for listeners?
We have our website. It's petitecrown.com, but we also have a list of amazing retailers, so you can find them on also petitecrown.com. We have the retailer list there.
Wow, I just opened that list, Marie. You are everywhere.
So we've been so fortunate to, you know, hear from so many amazing businesses recently from Europe, and I've been really enjoying getting to know the moms in, you know, UK, EU.
Cool.
And so if you're from, you know, outside of the US, you can definitely visit one of those great stores.
And then Petite Crown is also on Facebook and Instagram, and you're just at
petitecrown.ig, I think.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much today, Marie, for spending some time with me chatting. I'm so excited that we finally made this happen. I've had the pleasure of chatting with Marie many times over the last 18 months on the phone and through email, getting to know her and her brand, and just was so glad to have that conversation with her. This is your reminder that I do now have a newsletter that you can subscribe to over at clothdiaperpodcast.com. This newsletter will be a somewhat regular, non-spammy newsletter for you to find out about when the next podcast drops, find out about giveaways that I'm doing or other things. I promise not to be too spammy because I'm just a stay-at-home mom without childcare and not a lot of time on her hands, so why is she starting a newsletter? But don't forget to find the Cloth Diaper Podcast wherever you follow me, Instagram, Facebook, on the internet, or now on a newsletter if social is not your thing, because recognize that's totally a thing. If you want to be on the Cloth Diaper Podcast, I'm not taking guests until the fall. I'm like totally behind, which is awesome because it means that we're going to be talking to Dinobi detergents, Pooders diapers, Weakling diapers, I believe, and so much more. I am so excited. So until next time, I think that is where I'm going to leave it at. Don't forget I have a book about cloth diapering. It might even be on sale at this moment. You can find it currently on Amazon, and coming in August, we will have more ebook options. Bye.